One of the things I was most worried about before coming to uni was making friends, because let's face it, we all want to be liked and have someone to hang out with. One of the things that's really good to remember is that everyone else will be in the same situation as you. But if the knowledge of that isn't quite enough to ease your mind and to stop the worrying, it might be good to have a few strategies in your back pocket. For example, group chats. One of the good things about Lincoln is that there's a Facebook group for each course, which makes it really easy for you to find and connect with your future classmates. What I did, and many others did, was go into that course group and ask people if there was a group chat going, and if there wasn't, somebody would make it and we'd all come together and we could chat about it. It could be anything from the course you're doing, what people are into. We had a bunch of discourse about milk, but it all just made us all way more comfortable with having to meet up, because we've already started chatting. We have some referencing points for when we would have to chat in real life. Now, once you've found those course mates in those group chats and it's time for you to actually meet up in real life, it can be a really good idea to have some games. I personally brought a bunch of card games with me because I find that it's really good if the new people you're meeting up with, you'll have an activity to do, so you won't just have to rely on small talk. Now, if all else fails and you end up in a flat where maybe everyone's a little shy, tend to keep their door closed, one last thing you could do, which is almost foolproof, is to bring out some cookies. One of the guys in the flat across from me did this. He told me that everyone had been a bit quiet and a bit shy, so he went out and he got a bunch of cookies and went around knocking on everybody's doors, and by the end of it, he had a bunch of new people to talk to, and I haven't seen him be on his own since then. My last tip is for the international students. I myself am from Denmark, so I know what it's like to come to a new country where everything seems a bit foreign, and maybe you're a bit unsure of how the chit-chat or the small talk works in this country and how to approach people, and to that I just say, lean into it. Use the fact that you're not from here, because as I've found many times, people are always down to help you out and to share some of their knowledge. And you know, if they found out you're from a different country, that gives them something to ask you about as well, and then boom, got a conversation going. The one thing that all of these strategies have in common is that it's all about being proactive. It's about putting yourself out there, engaging with people, and taking the first step. And I know that that can be scary, but just keep in the back of your mind that everyone else is probably waiting for someone to do that, and they'll be so relieved when someone reaches out. So that's all for me this time. I hope you find these tips helpful. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I hope you have wonderful days full of friendship. Bye!